welcome all to the orientation workshop of C4Y IWP Water Champions Youth Fellowship 2021. I'm Ananya Chatterjee from Center for Youth, and it is my privilege to be a part of this gathering of esteemed guests and young fellows of Cohort 3.2. India has a vast youth population, as we all know, and they are natural dreamers. The experiential learning-driven C4Y Water Champions Youth Fellowship was initiated to foster and empower sustainable youth leadership in the country and build the youth's capacity in developing sustainable solutions for water management and security. C4Y Water Champions Youth Fellowship 2021 is a 6-month intensive fellowship program conceptualized and steered by Center for Youth in partnership with a host of premier organizations working in the water sector and water resource management sector. Center for Youth is working towards mainstreaming younger generation for fostering responsible citizenship. This congregation is fortunate to have with us our chief guest of the day, Shri Girraj Goyal, Director, Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India. We are also delighted to inform you all that this year's fellowship, Center for Youth has partnered with IGM, Center for Science and Environment, India Water Partnership, JS Water Energy Life & Co., and the Asia Foundation. I would now like to invite Ms. Alka Toma, Chairperson, Center for Youth, to acquaint the congregation on the idea, strategy, and the purpose for initiating this fellowship in the country. With an experience of more than 2 decades, Ms. Toma has worked in diverse fields of environment and communication, wildlife, capacity building, water and sanitation, and other developmental issues. She has been organizing international and national level discourses on range of climate issues with policymakers. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Ananya, I think, for the great introduction, and I'm very, very privileged to be here today, and thank you very much. And I'll take this opportunity to welcome Shri Girraj Goyal ji, Dr. Veena Khanduri ji, and all my dear cohort fellow designate of cohort 3, and very, very dear and very, very kind of a favorite cohort 2 members. Some of you are here, and it's a great opportunity that we could get our fellowship to this stage where it is now. When we started, it was a very, very small idea, and we were not very sure whether this will work and whether we will be able to kind of put together so many partners, experts, organizations, institutions, educational institutions for that matter together. But yes, here we are, and with more than 50 experts who have been coming. So this particular fellowship is aligned to SDG 6, Sustainable Development Goal 6 on clean water and sanitation. As Ananya has already been talking about, the fellowship is talking about fostering and empowering sustainable youth leadership in the country. And that's, I always say, this is my favorite phrase nowadays, is from the academic life that you are into, going to a professional life, this is the bridge. And this is the bridge that will help you to kind of acquainted yourself to the range of water issues. So if you start kind of jotting it down, what all you have learned and what all you have been exposed to, it's a huge list altogether. And all my cohort 2 fellows can vouch for it, that it is a journey that we all go through together and kind of grow together on it. And so with these words, I think another important thing that Ananya has already mentioned, this particular fellowship is a very, very collaborative effort and would not have been possible if the partners who have been hosting you or who have been strategizing along with us are not there. And so I haven't seen, yesterday, a few days back, I was talking to one of the potential partner, and he was telling me that the kind of people you are getting together, the kind of organization, we don't really, though we are working on water sector, we really don't meet. And you have got together a very, very good list of people there. So I think we are very feeling privileged and kind of very great about this. Something like this could now is going on, and we hope to see much more cohorts. And it's very heartening to also see that how we started with 5 fellows. Now we have last year 13. Now we are talking about more than 20, and the application numbers has exponentially gone up. So I think it speaks for itself altogether. And sir, just want to also share that in uh, uh, in this all 6 months, then when the fellows are going to be with us, all the young students and the bright students, they are going to go through 100 hours of learning, approximately 92% of the entire 100 hours is going to be focusing on range of water issues, and another 8% of it is going to be on communication, documentation, writing, expressing. But that's what I think understand for me, for us is another very important key. And this fellowship is not at all possible with the support of the kind of support we receive from Ministry of Jal Shakti. And as Ananya has said, India Water Partnership has been with us right from the day one in strategizing, yes, pulling it together. Thank you, Veena ji, and welcome. And once again, Center for Science and Environment, WaterAid has is also confirmed. Aragyam is our new partner. Asia Foundation is new partner, and lot more are ready there to be joining by next week. So I think a combination of this kind is something we are cherishing. And with these words, I think I welcome each and everybody in these 3 days of orientation. Just to inform you, sir, we already had yesterday. That was the first day where we had internal discussion. We got to know the fellows better. We had done a lot of understanding, deep diving into the issues. And now, today and tomorrow, it is all experts coming in, range of experts coming in and talking about the urban water issues, rural water issues, solutions. And with you and later Mr. Mathuria ji, we're going to talk about the what Jal Shakti Ministry is doing. So with these words, thank you for coming on board, and thank you, sir, for joining us today. Ananya, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your visionary efforts towards nurturing and aligning the youth energy with important SDG goals. And we shall now hear from some of our cohort 2 fellows who one of them we have already heard from, and some of them are still here. So they are welcome to share their fellowship experience with us.
So we'll
I
take
would
two, Ananya. We'll take two
to
of them.
call Ekansha.
And
Okay, ma'am. Okay. I can see Ekansha Khantuja. If you can please unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm on. I've unmuted myself. Can you guys hear me? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. If you can also switch on your camera.
I doubt that would be possible. I am not in a very conducive space to be on the camera, so I'm not gonna switch it on.
All right, no problem. Please continue. Yes.
Okay. Uh, so yeah, like rightly said, I was a part of the fellowship cohort last year, and I was actually faced with development alternatives.
Ekansha, you are not very audible here. And
Okay, because I actually have a pretty bad Wi-Fi at my place. Can you guys hear me? Hello.
yeah, bit of it. Yeah, please, if you can be briefly talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, am I audible to you now? Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So I was a part of the fellowship cohort last year, and I think ours was the first batch, which was a part of doing most things online. However, we did have some fellows with us who also ended up going to fields. I think it was a very new experience for the curators also, and it was a new experience for us also to be a part of. I think, given the conditions that we are in right now, a lot of current batchmates will also be perhaps working from home remotely for a test. However, now all of us have gotten pretty used to working from home and already doing a lot of movement. But I think the most important thing is that is something that should not really stop us from doing adequate data research. And I think this is one, you should take it as one of those opportunities where you can really strengthen your secondary literature review, where you can really strengthen and you can definitely utilize the expertise of the experts that you are placed with. So this is a note I would like to start on. And yes, I think this is one of those times you really get to explore your interests, because over the period of few days, if I'm not wrong, you will have an induction session with experts across different domains of water. Water itself is not just one sector. There are a lot of lenses to it. There are a lot of other things in it that we have to look at. So you will be exposed, even if it's a bit, it's not very extensively, but you'll definitely have a view of all of it from experts in that. I think this is one of those rare opportunities where you can get to see everything almost about water on one platform. So my absolute best wishes to all of you. I hope you get to do very, very good work and you get to learn a lot, you get to hone your skills, and in return, you produce some wonderful or a community things to move towards more sustainable
Right.
ways.
Thank you, Ekansha.
Much and the best to all of you.
Right. Thank you, Ekansha. And if I may invite Ajay Kumar, the experience of the fellowship in last year.
Maybe we can ask them to join later when we have, this in between when we have the gap and all that. So, Ananya, can we just move to now and we can invite
Yes,
Veena?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure. India Water Partnership is a non-profit organization with the goal of promoting integrated water resource management in India. It is also accredited by Global Water Partnership, headquartered in Stockholm, Sweden, as Country Water Partnership of GWP, and hence also known as GWP India. I welcome Dr. Veena Khanduri, Executive Secretary Country Coordinator, India Water Partnership. Ms. Khanduri has been engaged in the developmental sector for 28 years and has work experience in project appraisals, steering and managing teams, social development projects. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Ananya. Thank you so much. I'm very much delighted to be part of this third year cohort program. And I also welcome Shri Girraj Goyal ji, who is supporting this initiative from last year, and he was participating in all our endeavors. And when we conceptualized this program, as Alka have rightly pointed out, in 2019, this was just as a thought that how we can engage the youths in the water sector. And last year, when we were planning to have the orientation, we were having the questions with these students, and you will not believe that when we started asking the basic questions from where the water comes to their homes, the people were blank. There were some answers, but not the satisfactory answer. How much water we use every day? These were the basic questions. Have you seen the wetland? Where our sewage is going on? So these were the questions when we were just asking the students and the graduates and the MSc Environmental Sciences students. And the answer were very, very different, not within the right answer framework. And then Alka, myself, and our vice president have decided that the young students are really going through the academic sessions, but they need some practical orientation as well. And since water is a integrated subject, and it is not only the water, but this water is connected with so many social indicators also. So then the whole course of strategy was changed, and as Alika pointed out, that we have to decide that we have to give a complete intersectoral orientation to the students. And some of the past year cohort fellows are here. They have shared with you. Ananya is one of them, Ekamsha, Ajay. And during this fellowship, we have met with a lot of challenges also, because some of the students were very remotely working. So it was a mixed kind of experience. In some students took initiative to go to the field, and they have seen how things works. I'm just talking about the wetland. You must have read about the wetland, but how is the wetland? How the biodiversity is happening in the wetland? How wetlands are important for the city? So these aspects are very important, and that's why we planned that it should be a orientation for the students, and they should take the orientation first about the overall sector, and then they should go for the extreme where they want to go. Because in the water sector, skill building is a very important aspect. We are taking a lot of degrees, but where we are going to pursue, that you have to decide. And unless you have been oriented intersectoral wise, you will not be able to. So with this word, I appreciate that you all will have the benefit of the sessions and the organization where you are going to do this. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Thank you, Alka, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, Veena ji. It's always very interesting to listen to you. Thank you very much. Yeah, Ananya.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And we shall now briefly hear from the cohort 3 fellows. And as I call your names, please switch on your camera and unmute yourself. You can tell us about yourself, your name, and which college you are from, which course you are pursuing right now. So in very brief, and let's be quick about it. Okay, so first I'll call Alina Thomas. Alina Thomas.
Hi, everyone. I think I'm audible. Am I audible? Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Alina Thomas. I completed my bachelor's from St. Stephen's College, University of Delhi in BSc Chemistry. Presently, I'm doing my master's in Environmental Studies from Department of Environmental Studies, University of Delhi. Thank you.
All right, nice to hear from you, Alina. Next, I'll call Ankit Verma. Ankit Verma.
Hello, am I audible to all of you?
Yes, you are. Please
Good
continue.
morning. Good morning to all of you. I am Ankit Kumar Verma. I have completed my graduation in agriculture stream from BHU, Banaras Hindu University. Currently, I am pursuing my master's in environmental science from Indian Agriculture Research Institute, Jharkhand. Thank you.
And if we can do this a very quick one, because then we now to give the floor to Girraj ji, for he has 3 very quick presentations to share. Or maybe we can do that later because it takes time. So primarily, all the students are master level student, graduate master level of environment science, environment management, MTech, and IRI and other institutions are there, all from all over India. You can see we have mentioned city. So everybody has mentioned a city like Junjunu, Jitendra is from, like that, Nainital, Ujjwal is from Nagpur, like that they have mentioned. So a range of students, more than 25 almost, are here, sir. And we are very happy to listen to you. Ananya?
Let the introduction round should be completed.
Okay, sir, because 10:40. So we can have a quick round of introduction, please. Very quick one. Yeah, sorry, Ananya.
Okay, no problem, ma'am. And thank you, sir, for giving us this time. All right, next, Apurva Zode.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Apurva Zode. I belong to Nagpur. I have completed my BTech from KDK College of Engineering from Nagpur itself. And now I am pursuing MTech from Vishweshwaraya National Institute of Technology in Environmental Management. Thank you.
Thank you, Apurva. Next, Ayush Tyagi. Ayush Tyagi.
Hi, am I audible to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Myself Ayush Tyagi, and I have completed my bachelor's from Central University of Haryana in the field of industrial waste management. And currently, I am pursuing my master's from Terry School of Advanced Study in Water Science and Governance. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Badal Chaudhary.
Yeah, good morning everyone. Myself Badal. I belong to Khurja, a small town of Uttar Pradesh, and I have completed my bachelor in life science from Deen Dayal Upadhyay College, University of Delhi. And currently I am pursuing masters in environment management from Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, Delhi. Thank you.
Thank you, Badal. Next, we shall hear from Bhavna Yadav. Bhavna Yadav.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Please continue.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Bhavna Yadav, and I have completed my graduation from Shri Venkateshwar College, Delhi University in Zoology Honours, and currently pursuing Environment Science Masters in Jawaharlal Nehru University. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavna. Chaitanya Raj. Chaitanya Raj.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chaitanya Raj, and I'm currently pursuing Masters in Environmental Studies from University of Delhi. Thank you.
Thank you. Dipesh Deshbhratar. Dipesh
Yeah.
Deshbhratar.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I am Dipesh from Maharashtra. I did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering from Nagpur University and recently passed out from Tata Institute of Social Science and completed my master's in water policy and governance. Thank you.
Thank you. Harshita Modi.
Good morning, everyone present over here. My name is Harshita Modi. I am presently pursuing Masters in Environmental Engineering from Sardar Vallabhbhai National Institute of Technology, Surat, and I belong to Gujarat. And I look forward to learn more with Cohort 3.0. Thank you.
Thank you, Harshita. Jitendra Singh. Can we hear from you next? Jitendra Singh.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Jitendra. I have done my bachelor's from Ramjas College, University of Delhi, and I'm currently doing my master's from Central University of Rajasthan in Environmental Sciences. Thank you all.
Thank you. Triple Patel.
Good morning, everyone. I am Kripal Patel. I am in my final year of MTech program in environmental engineering from S180 Surat, and I just got admission in IIT Bombay in climate studies department. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, Kritika Bahuguna. Kritika Bahuguna.
Yes, so I did my graduation in botany honors from Deen Dayal Upadhyay College, Delhi University, and currently I'm doing my master's in environment management from IPU University, Delhi. Thank you.
Thank you, Kritika. Manika Saxena.
Hello, everybody. My name is Manika. I'm from Lucknow. I've done my bachelor's in geography from the University of Delhi, and currently I'm pursuing an MSc in water governance from Terry University.
Can we hear from Nandini Arora next?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Nandini. I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's from University of Delhi.
Okay, thank you, Nandini. Nivya Sundaraj.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nivya, and I'm from Kharagpur, West Bengal. I've done my undergraduation in political science from St. Xavier's, Calcutta, and I'm currently doing my master's in public policy from St. Xavier's, Mumbai. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Omkar Balet. Omkar Balet. Okay, Omkar. All right, let's move to the next person here. Parul Ashudia. Can we hear from you?
Hello, good morning. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please continue.
Hello, good morning to everyone. I'm Parul Ashodia and I'm from Delhi. I did my graduation in life sciences from Deen Dayal Upadhyay College, University of Delhi, and currently I'm pursuing my MSc in environment management from Indraprastha University, Delhi. Thank you.
Parul, Sadan Hussain. Sadan Hussain. Sadan Hussain.
Can come back to Sadan later. Yeah, please say audio.
Okay. Sandeep Kumar Singh, can we hear from you?
Yeah, good morning everyone. My name is Sandeep Kumar Singh and I'm from good morning everyone. My name is Sandeep Kumar Singh. I'm from Agra and I have just completed my masters in Board of in Governance Habitat Studies from Tata Institute of Social Science, Mumbai. Thank you.
Sumrit Chattopadhyay.
Hello. Hope I'm audible. Yes, hi. So my name is Sumrit, and currently I'm pursuing masters in water policy and governance from TISS Mumbai, and I also have a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering from BMS College, Bangalore. Thank you.
Next, Ujjwal Kanpal.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Ujjwal. I'm currently pursuing my master's in environment management from DGSIP University, Delhi, and I have a chemistry honors bachelor's degree from DIT University, Dehradun. Thank you.
Urja Vashisht, can we hear from you next?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Urja Vashisht. I'm pursuing my master's degree in MSc Environmental Studies from University of Delhi. Thank you.
Great, and Sadan and Omkar, if your audios are okay, then you can just introduce. Otherwise,
Otherwise, we can put that on the chat and we can continue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Omkar and Sadan, if you can put your introductions in the chat. Okay, thank you, fellows. It was wonderful to meet you all. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce our chief guest of the virtual orientation workshop, Shri Girraj Goyal, Director, Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India. He is the force behind water conservation and management of the Ministry of Water Resources. He was the chairperson of jury panel of 2021 fellowship. He has supported the fellowship last year too. He was the chair of jury panel and the chief guest of the orientation workshop of fellowship 2020. He has been a constant source of motivation for the entire team, and he will be sharing with us a presentation on some of the government initiatives in the water sector. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome to all the fellows who have joined this prestigious fellowship program run by C4Y. I will straight come to the topic. It was nice meeting you all virtually, and I'm sure that everybody who has joined here has been come through a rigorous screening process, and I congratulate you for joining this prestigious fellowship program. As far as water is concerned, we all know hydrological cycle. Water in the nature is constant. Quantity of water in the nature is constant, as we all are aware. Then where is the problem? What is the problem? Problem is that out of this total available water used for drinking and other purposes, useful purposes, is very less. It is around 1%, I must say. And India, out of this total available water, India has only 4% of the water available with us to sustain around 12% of the population of the world and 17 to 18% population, cattle population of the world. So, problem is of management of the water. Whatever drinking water, whatever good quality water is available to us, we must utilize it judiciously. As far as precipitation is concerned, here 4,000 billion cubic meter of precipitation in a year, whereas our requirement is around 1179 BCM. So problem is that out of this 4,000 BCM which we receive, the bulk of it is in the form of glacier and all. We can't use it. So the net available water is still 1500 to 1600 BCM. This is sufficient for our use. But question is that what our distribution of water is not equitable. Temporal and regional variation is very high. You know that in the eastern part of India, we see the flood every year. In the western part, we face a lot of drought and all. So that is a major challenge of temporal. Plus, in the whole year, we receive water only for 30 days. So generally, it flows as a runoff. So where the problem lies in the judicious management of the water. Out of our total need, approximately more than 80% water is consumed in the agriculture. So judicious use, optimal use in agriculture can reduce our problem and to a great extent. Second problem, water is available, but we are not getting it for drinking. Tap water is not available. We know lakhs of the crores of the women have to run 5 to 6 kilometers daily to fetch water to their family. And lot of manpower are vested in just bringing the water from 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, 4 kilometer. So that is the another problem area. If water is not reaching to the required place, or effort to send water to the required place is great, and all our development is stalled for this very purpose. Then third is our groundwater extraction. We are the highest in the world. We are the largest extractor of groundwater because it is easily available. So, resulting in that our groundwater table is depleting very fast. While we are after independence, we have got very few thousands of tube wells. But today, we have got crores of tube wells extracting water. So water cannot be replenished that fast at the in comparison to the pace which we are extracting the water. So being all these three problem areas, government has launched various initiatives, which I will be sharing and brief with you. Can we have presentation, please? The first of the scheme is Atal Bhujal Yojana. Atal, as I told you, we are the largest extractor of the groundwater. We don't realize. We think that groundwater is unlimited. From the Mother Earth, we can extract as much as we want. So to bring awareness, to bring the participatory management for the water, to make the person responsible, government on 25th December 2019 has launched Atal Bhujal Yojana. It is a 6,000 crore scheme spread as a pilot scheme spread over in 7 states. Next, 7 states. Next, please. Next slide, please. And 81 districts and 8,352 gram panchayat across these 7 states. The idea is to have the long-term sustainability of groundwater through demand and supply side intervention. Till now, since its independence, we have been focusing only on the supply side intervention. We have made large dams, we have made large canal infrastructure, but we have really not focused on what should be our demand. So to bring this awareness, these all Gram Panchayats have been tasked to know their water budgeting. So they have to make their water budgeting. What is budget? Budget means a hisab kitab of expenditure and income. Similarly, every Gram Panchayat has been tasked where you just enumerate your resources. What is water? How much water is available, and how much you want to spend. So you have to spend whatever is available. So that is the management. Next, please. So thus, we want to bring a behavioral change in the mind of the people so that they are motivated to spend whatever is available. The mindless extraction of water from the groundwater should be stopped. So the scheme is being implemented under Program for Result instrument, which is where no burden approval is required. Just to reduce the rate trapezoid, where for any scheme we have to approach for every step we don't have to approach the burden. So we are it is a unique scheme where sustainable groundwater management through convergence of ongoing and central scheme can be managed. How does it work? That every panchayat is tasked to make their water budget. Then they are promoted, certain help is given for their institutional building of institutional mechanism. Then they are tasked away from the various schemes, from Narega, from other schemes. You create infrastructure. You create source, and then remuneration will be given. It is not that in this scheme next. Please. In this scheme, no money is given in advance to do the work. To do the work, then we will incentivize you. So basically, this scheme has two main components. One is institutional standing and capacity building to strengthen the institutional arrangement by providing strong database through scientific approach and community participation. The same thing. Basically, आपकी water budgeting, water is available. That water level indicator is provided. Every equipment is provided so that they can do the task. Then incentivization. Disbursement linked indicator has been identified on the basis of which incentive amount will be raised in order to evoke competitiveness for optimal water use and consequent improvement in groundwater resources. So, it is envisaged that groundwater table situation will improve after this program, and on the basis of their increase, they will be rewarded. So Gram Panchayat wise security plan is being prepared in this scheme. Next, please. So this was all about the brief about the all Atal Bhujal Yojana. I expect that all the fellows will study from various sources in the detail about this scheme, and if opportunity arrives, they can be part of this capacity building program in various areas for doing this work. Knowledge sharing. Second is Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. So we know India since independence has spent a large chunk in the irrigation programs. Lot of dams were created, lot of schemes were started. But we have observed, our Prime Minister has observed in 2014, there were around 400 schemes which were running from 30 years, 40 years, they were not completed. And benefit was not reaching to the people. So our visionary Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, launched this Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. We should take up the some scheme which should be completed on priority. Fund should be available. If we are running around 400 schemes and we are not able to provide any fund for them, then there is no use. So in 2016-17, 99 irrigation projects were prioritized to complete the mission in the mission mode. Some of the projects, these were projects were pending since long. And it was envisaged that approximately 76 lakh hectare of the irrigation potential to be created with the completion of this project on a mission mode. Next. This scheme has 4 components. One is accelerated irrigation benefit program to increase the irrigation potential created. Second was Har Khet Ko Pani, to create, strengthen and restore water resources in its distribution network to maximize the utilization of created irrigation potential. Per drop, more crop, promotion of micro irrigation. And second is watershed development. That is local development of the water to effectively manage runoff and soil moisture conservation. So what are all these 4 components? First, we have seen the accelerated irrigation benefit program. The incompleted project were taken on priority to complete all the all components of those projects. Har Khet Ko Pani, there were some projects which were already completed, but water was not reaching to the farms, field. So some last mile connectivity of the canals were missing. So under this component, this start was taken up. Per drop, more crop was the component to increase the micro irrigation area. We know our water footprint is the highest in the world. We are highly uneconomical in our irrigation practices. So to improve the irrigation efficiency, it was felt that we must use micro irrigation practices and drip irrigation, etc., for increasing the efficiency. The last component was watershed development is local level पर. इसका कहावत है कि घर का पानी घर में, गांव का पानी गांव में, शहर का पानी शहर में, एरिया का पानी एरिया में. So that water where it falls, when it falls, catch the rain. So catch the rain where it falls, when it falls. This was the concept of the watershed development. In a watershed, we must comprehensively manage its water availability. Whatever it is, whatever that particular catchment is getting the water, it should be managed well. So, and accordingly, then 3-tier institutional infrastructure has been created for implementation of this scheme. Next. So, an amount of 12,999 crore has been released so far. An amount of from the central fund and amount of rupees 26,115 crore has been released as from the states here in the law. Earlier, what was the problem? States are not having the money. So government has created an infrastructure where states are getting soft loans so that work does not stop. Next. Out of 99 projects, 44 has been completed and target of 76 lakh hectare, approximately 62.84 lakh hectare has been completed. So PM KSY also aims to promote reuse of treated water in irrigation. So this is an unsung story in the water sector in India. Only you may not be aware how much work is being done and all that. Thank you. Next. So our next scheme is Jal Jeevan Mission. We all know, as I told you in the beginning, water is not reaching to the place where it should reach. Out of 19 crore of the household, rural household, only 3 crore, 2 to 3 crore were having the household tap connection. So Prime Minister Modi has taken up this task on priority. He announced from the Red Fort on 15th August 2019, by 2024, every house should have functional tap connection. And a whopping 3.6 lakh crore have been earmarked for this mission. And you will be surprised to be aware, surprised to know that on mission board this work is going on. And for the first time in India, next slide please. Next. So assured tap water supply in adequate quantity of prescribed quality on regular and long-term basis. So 3-4 components. It should be sustainable. ऐसा ना हो कि आज पानी का कनेक्शन दिया कल गायब. क्वालिटी वाटर हो, ठीक है, और एडिक्वेट क्वांटिटी में हो. It is for the enhancing of ease of living and ensuring dignity of life to the mother and sister living in the village. Next. So the mission aims at improving the lives of rural people and reducing the misery of women, especially girls, by providing safe water within the household premises. An outlay of 3.6 lakh crore has been made, and with central share is 2.08 lakh crore and state share of 1.52 lakh crore. Next. So far, 4.22 crore rural households have already been provided with the new tap water connection since the start of mission. So out of 19.19 crore rural households, now tap water supply is reaching approximately about 7.45 crore households. So you can just imagine what kind of work is going on, and approximately 39% of the rural homes are already getting water, and we will definitely complete this task. Next. So apart from that, 6.35 lakh schools, 5.72 lakh Anganwadis have also been provided with tap water supply. Then there were some areas where quality of water was issued. 71 lakh people in 2019-20 have been provided good quality water in arsenic contaminated area, and 5.25 lakh in fluoride contaminated area. So Jal Jeevan Mission, therefore, is one of the biggest ongoing service delivery schemes in the country. Next. So thank you very much. I hope that I am able to convey about these 3 schemes brief. During the course of your fellowship, you can continue searching that, and I will be happy that somebody can come up with a paper of the actual efficacy of these schemes in their area. So thanking C4Y, thanks Alka Komaji, thanks everybody for inviting me and giving the opportunity to interact with you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. I think very comprehensively, your three big, large scheme for the country, and in nutshell, in 6-7 slides, you were able to cover it. And I think it's a crash course that we all have got to understand the scale of the charge that is Ministry of Jal Shakti has taken. And thank you very much for taking us through this. And sir, in chat, if we can, because we don't have much time for question answer, but if you allow, we can take one question.
Yeah. No problem. Carry on. Yeah.
Okay, one question, you can raise hand, any one of you, and then you can ask. So what we have done yesterday was each and everybody was supposed to look at different session details, and they have already compiled a huge list of questions. I wish I can, kind of take you through on that, but maybe later we'll discuss and then do maybe one specialized session with you. So Apurva, yeah, you can ask this question. Please, Apurva.
Sir, I wanted to ask one question. Sir, as per Composite Water Management Index, that is CWMI, has stated that 21 major cities of India are expected to, run off groundwater as soon as 2020. Sir, you have very well explained what are the steps and what are the strategies that has been planned by various projects that had been implemented for it. Sir, I wanted to ask, sir, is there any groundwater act which has been implement or trying to implement in 2020 or in the coming years? And sir, if there is any act, sir, what are the penalties or punishments that has been included into it?
Yeah. Firstly, all 2020 has already been passed and no city has run out of groundwater. So it basically intended that there is a fall in the groundwater table. Of course, that is happening, that we are aware. And for that, we are working. Second, as far as present is concerned, we have got the Environment Protection Act 1986, in which comprehensively all air, water things have been taken care. In the National Water Policy was launched promulgated in 2012. Now it is being revised. It is under revision. And in that revised water policy, there is provision of the Groundwater Management Act. So which we are preparing. Already there was yesterday also there was meeting. So which we will definitely will focus on the groundwater. Because in last 1 to 2 years we have been aware that we are the largest extractor of the groundwater. So yes, of course, it is in the pipeline and very soon it will see the light of the day. Thank you.
May I just submit, sir?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sir, thank you. It's a Groundwater Management Act which you have told about the national scenario. But in each state, this State Groundwater Management Act is also there. Some are very old and some are revising as per the state water policy, because the state has to imbibe from the national water policy, and the current national water policy is with us is only up to 2012. So the states which are already having the state water policy and those states which are going to revise their state water policy are taking in consultation with the groundwater department about the revision of groundwater act also. But in some states, groundwater act is already there. But what Mr. Girraj Goyal is saying, that as the water policy is in the in the revision process, accordingly some of the act and some of the legal aspects will be changed as per the revised national water policy, and that that has to be taken care by the state in the groundwater management act. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Vinay. Thank you. I think with this.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Apurva. I understand there are a lot of questions, and I wish we can continue this, but let's just move on to the next session. Sir, thank you very much for your very comprehensive presentation, and thank you, Veena ji, for always being with us. And so we'll move to the next session. So thank you very much, sir. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, I don't know if we can take this liberty sometime later, maybe time convenient to you, we can call you for the question answer session, because that wasn't, okay, sir is leaving. Perfectly fine. We'll call him sometime later for question answer.